Hi, this is Mark Price. I'm here at the Reading the Rural Landscape exhibition, which is showing at the Europa Gallery in Chatham Street, Dublin 2, until the 7th of September. This exhibition shows farm structures which have benefited from the traditional farm grant scheme, which is run by the Heritage Council here in Dublin. This scheme won a Europa Nostra Heritage Award in 2024. I went to see 4 farms and a fifth one which I represented just from photographs which I was given. And I thought, I'm an architect, so I thought I also worked for years teaching architectural drawing in both UCD and in Queen's and Belfast, and also teaching engineers drawing. So I thought I could take this opportunity to look at different kinds of architectural drawings in order to show these schemes, or these farms rather, in what I thought would be a good way. And so, for example, one of the most well-known types of architectural drawing is perspective. So this farm here is called Trenta in County Donegal. Over the years, the farmer who came to the opening, Catherine, who's represented on the bottom right-hand corner of the drawing, the second drawing, she has, over the years, got grants to preserve various structures at this farm. And I thought the extraordinary thing about the farm was the space formed by the farm buildings, which is extremely spacious, interesting space, almost like a town square, if you like. And I thought a perspective would be a really good way to illustrate that. And so it's almost like a drone shot, looking straight down at it. And I've arranged this also with a section at the top to kind of relate the scale. So the perspective is actually drawn to a scale. I measured up this farm, and it relates to the scale of the section at the top. In another case, I actually commissioned a drone shot in order to give a view of in this case, this was an orchard in County Waterford, and I felt I'd like to show one of these structures in its context of the landscape in general. And so I planned the shot I wanted using Google Earth, and then asked the drone operator to give me an image, which I then got a print made, and then I was able to, with the drawing, remove trees from the print so as to show better this structure, which is the purpose of the drawing. This is I think an 19th century walled garden, which the owners have got funding to repair. You can still see that it's derelict to a large extent. But I wanted to show it in its context of the general landscape. Another kind of a drawing is the section drawing, which this farm here is a farm built around a very old 13th century castle or hall house, they call them. And what was really interesting here was that over the centuries, this building, which had been owned once by the Duchess of Ormond, apparently, that this building had been robbed, this is how the archaeologists describe it, robbed of its stones, which would then be used by farmers in the neighbourhood to build houses and barns, including this beautiful barn here, which the farmer in question got a grant to repair, to put a new roof on. So I just wanted to do a drawing showing all of these buildings together as 2 sections, but then also an axonometric at the bottom here to show them all looking from the air. And again, finally here in this case, I used a similar drawing, an isometric at the bottom. But here, the purpose of this drawing was to show the farm building in the context of this extraordinary landscape, which is the Beara Peninsula, looking out over the sea with these islands, including Skellig Michael in the distance. When you're there's this extraordinary landscape. And so, I mean, how do you show this using architectural drawings? Well, one way is to do a section through the whole mountain, including the building. And this is called an oblique drawing, so there's a section through the building, but you can also see the side of it, so you're kind of cheating slightly in order to show more than just what the section is. And I just put in the cows then to kind of give it some kind of context. So these were my efforts, which were architectural drawings used in a graphic manner to try to bring out aspects of the relationship of these structures to the landscape in order to celebrate this wonderful European award for this wonderful Irish conservation scheme.